So thanks, Jay, for coming in and having a conversation. Really appreciate it. I've really enjoyed working with you the last 4 or 5 years.
It's been an amazing journey.
And I want to just have a conversation really, just to, because a lot of people were talking how a lot of people feel uncomfortable in their career.
Yep.
63% of people leave their boss rather than their job. And a lot of people are in a career transition, whether they know it or not. I know I was. I felt uncomfortable when I started my journey, and that led to lots of change. So I just wanted to kind of ask you to just share your story really, in terms of where you were 4 or 5 years ago and where you find yourself now and what's happened in between.
Sure. I was a nurse. I'd wanted to be a nurse from the age of about 5 or 6 years old. I started that journey when I was 18, on my 18th birthday actually.
Wow.
And that's what I'd done. And that's who I had become. And I think that was the biggest thing for me, is this is who I was, not what I did. And then following a period of severe depression, and I had time to think and reevaluate and look at my life, I realised that this is who I thought I was, and actually it was what I did. But at that point I didn't know I could do anything else, because I'd done it for so long.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see how it was interchangeable with anything else.
So what's happened obviously on the journey to...
So on the journey I found NLP. And by doing that, by not changing the way I thought, because underneath it all I'd always thought that way, but actually being given an outlet for those thoughts and those feelings, I realised little by little that I could do anything I wanted to do.
Wow.
And it didn't come in 5 minutes,
No,
it took a long time, but it got to the point where I just realised I could do whatever I wanted to do if I put my mind to it.
Fantastic. And what was for obviously people watching the video, what was the triggers for that? What was the journey that you went on to get to that place, which is, and obviously we'll talk about where you are now in your career at the moment. What were the triggers?
So the journey for me was doing an NLP practitioner's course. Well, it started off with an intro day.
Yeah.
And a practitioner course, and I had some coaching with you myself as an individual before that started. And then I did an NLP master practitioner course, and that's when things really changed, because that's when I learned to let my true self out, if you like, and that nothing was impossible. And that sounds, I suppose it sounds quite dramatic, but it's how it felt. It's how it felt. And certain things came along the way, opportunities, as you say, the universe has got your back, and opportunities that I would just have passed over came my way, and I just grabbed them with both hands and went for it.
Fantastic. I have to say, that's similar to my own experience with NLP. Just tell us about that now then. So where are you now? What are those things, opportunities that you've grabbed with both hands?
So now I am a self-employed, what do I call myself? I give exercise to frail older people. I'm self-employed. I have a business partner. We work together. We go around different care homes doing exercise with frail elderly people. We go into their own homes. We're making a real difference to other people's lives. And although that's along the similar lines of the healthcare route and everything else, that's because that's what I do love doing, and I know now I love doing that. Yeah. But we're not held back by other people's rules and regulations.
Yeah.
And that's a major thing for me now. And that's something, having worked in healthcare for many, many years, I just did what I did because that's what you do.
Yeah.
And that's not what I do now.
Yeah. So now you're free in doing it on your own.
I'm free doing it on my own terms, yes. And I really, really enjoy it. I really enjoy it.
What about the future? The last bit for the I know we've just had a talk off camera about the future, so I don't want to put you on the spot too much.
No.
But what are your thoughts going forward?
There's some potential opportunities for me to do something really quite dramatic's probably not quite the right word, but something really, really different. And that's a potential to do an NLP trainer course.
Wow.
There's a lot of thinking involved around it. Mine's a little bit clearer now than it was a little while ago.
Good.
But it's a direction that I could never have believed 5 years ago that I would even be thinking about, talking about, let alone potentially doing.
Fantastic. And I have to say, having seen you train on our practitioner course, our master practitioner course, the feedback is always awesome which is why I've suggested it.
Yeah,
So I've
yeah.
only ever suggested that to 2 people.
Right.
So that's
And
great.
I've loved it. I've loved doing that coaching. I've absolutely, because coaching is different to teaching, and I've absolutely loved it. And it gives me so much back as well, and it reinforces everything I've learned.
Fantastic. And I have to say, like, everybody that you've been involved with has really benefited.
That's really nice to know.
So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.